Touchdown from downtown. Domes up to
Clipper Nation, I'm starting post-game early as this game is over. It's over, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go home. Let's go home. Oh, my God. We are witnessing history. This may end up the most lopsided victory in franchise history for your Los Angeles Clippers. They're up 121-57.
the Intuit Dome is featured in the background.
The Nets are getting fully destroyed, dismantled, obliterated. The Clippers have shown no mercy. This is Rocky IV. If he dies, he dies. I don't even think they're trying to run up the score. They're just playing and running through the tape. That's all this is. This is incredible. We may be witnessing history here. The Clippers are up 61 points on the Brooklyn Nets. I got Carlo in my ear still, so you have to excuse me. We may be chatting at some point. This is just unreal. So I thought I'd start early. I've never seen anything like this. It's never happened for the Clippers. I'm going to put out the tweet. This is just... I almost feel bad. I almost feel bad. It is really like this right now. The Brooklyn Nets are down 59 points to your Los Angeles Clippers. This is just almost shocking to see, even though it's been heading this direction. Mind you, it was 21-all after the first quarter. It was 21-all. And now the Clippers have just exploded. They won the second and third quarters by a combined 51 points. And they're up 121-62 with 3:22 left in the fourth. This is unbelievable. And Chick-fil-A is on the line. I don't know what to tell you, Clipper Nation. I think it's good to have Kawhi Leonard back, who just had his best game of the season so far with 23 points in 24 minutes. And Chick-fil-A will be giving out free Chick-fil-A as we have 2 missed free throws by the Brooklyn Nets. What a night. Historic. The Clippers have a chance to make history. Most they have ever won is by 50. They are up 59 on the Brooklyn Nets. It's 121-62. 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Yeah, I think this will help their defensive rating and offensive rating. Look, it got late early, so I had to start the live already. You're witnessing history. 121-62. The Clippers are eviscerating the Brooklyn Nets. Amir just hit a 3. The Clippers are up 60. They're going to set the record, guys, for biggest win in franchise history. It is coming. Oh, my goodness. This is incredible.
Portland tomorrow night, 7 o'clock tip. The Blazers.
Kawhi Leonard looked amazing.
Russell and Johnson all play.
I told you guys he was going to have the ball in his hands a ton. He'll bring the ball up, and when he does, you don't need Chris Dunn in the starting lineup. Well, look what happened.
Minute 51 to go in this one. Our score.
Kawhi was basically running point to start this game. I believe it was to try to get him in rhythm, be more aggressive. I think it worked. Kawhi's movement, he looks as good, if not better, moving with the basketball than last year. Really. That's what it's looked like. He still doesn't have a dunk, but the mid-range, elite. Jumpers were falling everywhere. Baseline fadeaways, off a spin move, off a behind-the-back dribble. His handle was so much tighter tonight. Just incredible. This Clippers team is about to make history and have their biggest win ever. That is happening tonight. They are up 124-66. There's 151 left. They just went to a timeout. I asked earlier, are the Nets going to get 70 points tonight? They're 4 points away. I think they are. The Clippers just kept playing hard. This is the pros. This is what happens. If you don't bring it, this is what happens. Belt to Tukus. Just, I don't even know what to say. Kawhi, 23 points, 8 of 11 from the field, a plus 46, the highest plus minus of his career. He played 24 minutes. I got notes coming up on every Kawhi Leonard shot. I'll be at Intuit Dome soon. Just want to make sure the winds stay down as I'm close to Griffith Park. I'm going to bring it back in here.
This is the LA Clippers Audio Network.
Best fans and best arena in the entire sport.
Take us with you wherever you are on the iHeartRadio app. Back to Clippers basketball.
Clippers up by a historic amount right now on the Brooklyn Nets at Intuit Dome. Carlo Jimenez. We're going to remember this night for a long time.
The Clippers maybe already have the Nets cut down at this point. They're up 124-66 on the Brooklyn Nets with an opportunity to get their biggest win in franchise history. Bomb on the right corner, three. Swirls off. Now, their largest win in franchise history is 50. The Brooklyn can threaten here. Loma on the left elbow, top of the arc, sharp, drives to the rim, lost it, but a foul.
Guys, this is it. This is the version of Kawhi I wanted to see. I didn't know we'd see it 4 games in. He's still him. He's still Kawhi. The mid-range assassin is here. They put the ball in his hands early. They said get to work.
Spent a lot of time with the Boys and Girls Club playing video games, and I said he did one of 3 things.
Got to his spots with ease. Quick moves. He does look noticeably 5 pounds thinner than maybe he's been since his first season with the Clippers.
90 seconds left.
This is just an unreal game happening right now.
Jones right elbow jumper off the back rim and over the back. We're out of bounds. Adam Osland, Daniel West back in Burbank. We will talk to you tomorrow, 6 o'clock pregame. Clippers taking on the 13-26 Blazers as they start through 6 games in 9 days. This is number 1. Defense, left-handed dribble out to Martin, top of the key. Minute 15 left.
124-67. 125 left.
Pulls his way to the paint. Spin goes up and can't hit. And a rebound for Ty Jones. Here come the Clippers. 124.
It's over. They're going to get the record.
Clippers left to right. Kylan's got it deep on the left side. Dribbles to the right hand.
This is
Beekman, right corner, Miller. A three. Oh, he hit on the fingers.
Where were you when the Clippers
Those two guys were teammates.
set the all-time franchise record for biggest win ever? Where were you?
His first about the minutes. No way, Jordy Fernandez. He's gonna challenge. I kind of love it.
So impressive.
Do it. No, they're not.
How many of you in here were like, Adam, Kawhi could hurt their rhythm? I don't know.
King of challenges in the NBA, trying to just snap that a little bit. I think is what that's called. There's Miller.
Come on now. I tried to keep telling you. How's he going to hurt them? Offensively, they've been like a bottom 5 offense on the season. How exactly is he going to hurt them? He's not. He's not hurting them at all. He's hurting the Nets. This was the perfect game tonight on the front end of a back-to-back as the Clippers next 6 games. They got a 6-9. Nice. They have 6 games the next 9 days. 3 sets of back-to-backs. Perfect way to start things off.
126-67. The Clippers are on their way for what would be one of the biggest wins this season in the NBA. Highland on the right wing.
Scary hours, Clipper Nation.
And the shot clock runs out. 12 seconds left. Inbound for Sharp. Right wing Whitehead. 126-67. Well, Whitehead's going to shoot a left wing 3. Off the backside of the rim. Bamba the rebound, and the Clippers with a beatdown of Brooklyn for the history books. 126-67. Their largest win in franchise history. A 58-point victory on this Wednesday night at Intuit Dome. The front end of a back-to-back, and the Clippers rest everybody. Amir Coffey played a game-high 31 minutes, but nobody played more than 24 after that, including the entire starting lineup. Kawhi Leonard played the most minutes outside of Amir Coffey, which is a pretty good sign for this Clipper team. He had 23 and 24 minutes, his best game of the season in his return. 13 for Amir Coffey off the bench. Harden with 21 and 11. And 18 for Norman Powell, 11 for Zoo and Derrick Jones Jr. It is also, by the way, the worst franchise loss in Brooklyn Nets history. They fall by 58. Can you believe it? The Clippers dominate. They don't cut down the Nets. They eviscerate the Nets here at Intuit. Adam Osland will take you through postgame. I wonder what you're going to complain about this. Not just kidding. Just kidding. Don't complain to Adam. Positive only tonight, guys. 126-67. Clippers win by 58. They hold Brooklyn under 70 for the first time since 2014. And they head to Portland on a high note. We'll see you in a few on your Clippers Audio Network.
Where were you when the Clippers won by 59 and set the all-time franchise record when it comes to largest victory ever by a Clippers squad? Your final, Clippers 126, the Brooklyn Nets 67. Welcome into your Clippers post-game show. I'm Adam Osland. While we have a moment, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification here on the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. Kawhi Leonard has his season high in just his fourth game, 23 points in 24 minutes, and the Clippers absolutely destroyed the Brooklyn Nets, winning by 59 at Intuit Dome. Largest victory in franchise history, largest defeat for the Brooklyn Nets, for the Nets franchise. An unbelievable display by the Clippers on both ends of the floor. This was something else to watch, Clipper Nation. We'll come back. We'll get to second half highlights. The Clippers win by 59 over the Brooklyn Nets. Where were you? I was in Burbank. History was made tonight. Clippers 126, Nets 67. Oh, it's good to have the claw back. I'm Adam Osland, and you're listening to the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. The Clippers won by so much, we can't agree on a final score. Some are saying they won by 59. Others are saying 58. Either way, it's the largest margin of victory in franchise history. I'm going with 126-67 Clippers over the Brooklyn Nets. They win by 59 at Intuit Dome. Welcome back in. I'm Adam Osland. Coming up, we'll have Clippers talk. 866-987-2570. 866-987-2570 is the phone number. Well, let's get to second half highlights and really third quarter highlights, as this was over early. It got late early for the Brooklyn Nets. The Clippers were tied up at 21 after the first quarter. They missed their last 6 shots of the first quarter. The Nets caught back up, But then in the second, the Clippers outscored them by 23. It was 58-35 at the half. And in the third quarter, we got more from the claw, Kawhi Leonard.
Kawhi pushing the pace into the front court. Spins right shoulder. Drives. Steps back. A baseline jumper is perfect. Kawhi Leonard. Crispy and clean. And the Clippers go up 90-38. Leonard straight away. Drives. Pulls it back. Crosses over. Right elbow jumper. Connects. Kawhi becoming an archer tonight and into it. 94-43 Clippers. Leonard has got 21. Leonard to the rim. The layup high off the window and in. Kawhi can't be stopped. 23 points tonight.
Kawhi with 11 of his 23 in the third quarter. And the Clippers, after three, were up by a score of 102-51. They go on to win by 59 over the Brooklyn Nets at Intuit Dome, setting a new franchise record for largest margin of victory with a final score of 126-67. The Clippers improved to 22-17 on the season. This was the front end of a back-to-back. No better way to do it. They were able to get everyone a lot of rest out there. No starter played more than 24 minutes. And the Clippers will be in Portland tomorrow night taking on the Blazers. I'm Adam Oslin. Final box score coming up next. Clippers win by 59. Really? 59? 126-67. I keep doing the math. I'm pulling up my calculator app. I'm just trying to double check. Is this true? It's true. I'm Adam Oslin. You're listening to Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. Clippers win by 59. Biggest win in franchise history. They take down the Brooklyn Nets at Intuit Dome by a final score of 126-67. Welcome back into your post-game show. I'm Adam Oslin. Coming up, we got Clippers talk on AM 570 LA Sports, 866-987-2570. 866-987-2570 is the phone number. Wow, that was impressive. A complete game by the Clippers, a perfect game by the Clippers, as close as you can get, especially when it's on the front end of a back-to-back. And they just got another one of those back-to-backs. Final box score reads as this. Clippers shot 54% from the field, 12 of 32 from the outside. That's 38%. But the Brooklyn Nets were 25 of 83 from the field. That is 30.1%. They went 5 of 28 from three. They had 22 turnovers. The Clippers turned that into 28 points. Clippers 50 points in the paint. Nets 40. Clippers 15 fast break points. Nets 11. Clippers were led by the Claw, Kawhi Leonard. His season high. He hadn't reached double figures so far through the first three games. Game 4, 8 of 11 from the field, 23 points, his highest plus minus in a game ever, and he only played 24 minutes. He was a plus 46. Highs on the team went to Ivica Zubac. He was a plus 48. He had 11 and 9 in 22 minutes. You'll notice a trend here. Starters didn't have to play much. In his 23 minutes, James Harden had 21 and 11 assists to 1 turnover. I tried to tell you all the turnovers will go down when Kawhi Leonard comes back. That's how it works. The ball will be in his hands a lot. He'll bring it up the floor a ton. I think he brought it up the first 3 possessions of this ball game. All 5 starters were in double figures. Amir Coffey off the bench had 13. It was Derrick Jones Jr. getting the start this time. He was 4 of 7 with some monster alley-oops that he threw down. The Clippers were running on all cylinders, and they ran Brooklyn out of the gym at Intuit Dome. As the Clippers are now, I want to say, are they 13-2 or 14-2 their last 16 games at the Dome? Somebody hit me up in the comments section in the chat at Clippers Talk on the YouTube side. Coming up next on AM 570 LA Sports, we got Clippers Talk on AM 570 LA Sports. Next game, outside of Clippers Talk. If you're listening nationally, it's tomorrow. They're in Portland, 7 p.m. tip. Clippers taking on the Blazers, 6 p.m. pregame show outside of LA. We are leaving you until then in LA. It's Clippers Talk next. The Clippers just had their largest victory in franchise history. They win it into Intuit Dome 126-67 over the Brooklyn Nets. It was 50 points. That was in 2022 against the Oklahoma City Thunder. They just won by 59 in this ball game over the Nets. I'm Adam Osland. This is Clippers Talk here on AM 570 LA Sports and at Clippers Talk on the YouTube side, as Kawhi Leonard just had his best game of the season in so many ways. Scoring-wise, 23 points in 24 minutes. The fadeaways, the jumpers, just beautiful basketball. Finished it with a left-handed layup, going to his left. This is last year's version of Kawhi. It at least tells me it's all still there. We haven't seen a throwdown yet, but his movement, his burst, his separation, getting to his spots on the floor, the handle that I noticed right off the bat in the first quarter was different. And oh, guess what? Kawhi Leonard had the ball in his hands and was bringing the ball up the floor a ton. Who has been telling you on here for a month at least that when Kawhi comes back, turnovers will lower and you won't necessarily need Chris Dunn in the starting lineup anymore, because the reason he's in the starting lineup is for ball handling duties. But when Kawhi is playing heavier minutes, the ball will be in his hands a ton. He'll alleviate some of that pressure off of James Harden. And that's what he did. He was playing point in the first quarter. The quickness, the assertiveness, the decisiveness, I think it all came from getting the ball in his hands early. Last game, I don't think he touched the ball the first 5 possessions. This game, he brought the ball up at least the first 3. Incredible. It brought out superstar Kawhi, 23 in 24 minutes. We'll hear from Coach Lou in just a little bit. I'm sure he'll be talking about Kawhi. Kawhi had a jumper after a dribbling exhibition, then a fadeaway jumper that looked like vintage Kawhi. Got that going first. Had a step back 3 on the far side he missed at the end of the shot clock. He came out at the 4:14 mark after knocking down those 2 jumpers early on that were just unguardable shots. MJ96 stuff. Just the handle. No defender can block those shots from Kawhi. The first 2 he hit in the first quarter. He came out at the 4:14 mark. Comes back to start the second. Misses a hook shot. Then went baseline with the quick move. Got doubled. Brought it back out. The first of 4 defensive 3 seconds were called on the Brooklyn Nets. He would hit the free throw. But he keeps demanding the double team already. We've seen it. Then he hit a jumper on the right elbow out of a timeout at the 7:30 mark of the second. Then he was long after hitting another free throw off another defensive 3-second call. Kawhi had a lefty floater. That was a beautiful thing to watch. Then he had a back it down fade away from the dotted line to get to his 12 points in the first half. That was at the 5:36 mark of the second. He gets fouled on a 3 in the third quarter. Then he had that behind his back, spinning to a fadeaway on the right baseline jumper that fell. That was reminiscent of the shot he hit over Grayson Allen last season with the Phoenix Suns, also spinning into a fadeaway. Then he had a mid-post fadeaway, a right elbow jumper, and then that layup going to his left off the glass with the left hand. Gets to 23 points with ease. Just like last season when he set the all-time efficiency mark, where over a 30-game stretch, he put up shooting splits of 57, 51, 92. He got 23 points tonight on 11 shots. Most of them tough mid-range shots for anybody else, but he's a master at that. Just incredible. The efficiency and the Clippers' ability to just put the clamps on the Brooklyn Nets. I know Brooklyn's struggling. Outside of Nick Claxton, Keon Johnson, not a lot of guys I recognized out there tonight. Noah Clowney, who got ejected. Jalen Wilson, of course. They were missing a ton of guys after they played in Portland last night. But let me tell you, they're 14-27 on the season. They've been bad, and nobody else has beat them by 59. You could say, oh, it's Brooklyn. People in here saying the Clippers G League team would beat them. That's not true. These are still pros, guys who are out of the G League. The Clippers did against them what nobody else has done. Give them credit. The Clippers just stayed locked in. I mean, it's 21-all after the first quarter, where I thought the Clippers just gave the Nets confidence. They missed their last 6 shots of the quarter. Kawhi came out, and they just couldn't find any rhythm, any flow to their offense. And then they win the second quarter 37-14. The Nets had a 6-minute drought in the second quarter. They had another one to start the fourth quarter where their first shot came, I think, around the 8:30 mark. So they went about 3.5 minutes there. The Clippers led by a Nintendo 64. They were up 64 points at one time in the fourth. They win by 59. They outdo their largest margin of victory ever by 9 points. History was made tonight. Appreciate you guys in the chat. I know a lot was made pregame where Coach Lou this time had Terrence Mann as one of the backups with Kevin Porter Jr., a role reversal of what happened last game, getting a coach's DNP CD. So no KPJ, but Mann was out there. And Mann looked good. And then got hurt. Calf contusion. 5:13 mark of the second quarter, went to the locker room. That's the only blemish on this ball game. Outside of that, it was a perfect night on the front end of a back-to-back. The most any of their starters played was 24 minutes, and that was Kawhi. And he needed all of those. He's not playing tomorrow anyways. I don't think he's ever playing another back-to-back. Somebody in here is like, well, if he only played 15 minutes, could they play like 10 minutes tomorrow? You don't understand. They have a plan for this. Please have some understanding for a guy who hasn't been able to finish the last 4 seasons. You want him to play against Portland tomorrow? Do you not see the big picture? They're trying to have him available for an entire playoff series. That is the goal. It still shocks me in here. It's like, why can't he play? Oh, God. Have you not been paying attention to what's been happening? Time is precious with Kawhi Leonard in that right knee. Any game you have Kawhi Leonard is precious. It's important. But you want him especially when the games mean the most. That's what we need. Now, tonight was progress. A huge leap forward for Kawhi and the Clippers with how good he looked. I thought there were flashes last game. I put him up at follow out of May. Said, ooh, Kawhi, some quickness here. Getting around Terry Rozier to that mid-post fall away. Tonight, just a different level because the ball was in his hands to start. I told you guys this was going to happen. It's not just going to be James Harden having the ball in his hands. When Kawhi is available, much of the time, he's going to bring the ball up too. And therefore, DJ can be in the starting lineup. And look what happened tonight. Exactly that. Something else I was talking about the last couple of days, I would go with Terrence Mann and Chris Dunn as your backup ball handlers. And now, look what happened tonight. Unfortunately, T-Man got injured. The Clippers they just started 6 games in 9 nights after they got another back-to-back after the rescheduling when they missed the game because of the fires last Saturday against Charlotte. So they have 17 back-to-backs this season. To my knowledge, most anybody has had. So tonight, to win like this, to save legs, you got to play Portland tomorrow. Then you do have a couple of days off before playing the Lakers. Huge game on Sunday. Just outside of Terrence Mann getting banged up, hopefully he's okay. We'll hear from Coach Lou on that about as well executed of a game plan as you could have. In fact, let's hear, how long is this, Daniel? All right, we'll hear from him after we go to a phone call and take a quick break. Alan from the Swell, who I told to call in last time. Alan, what's up? You're on Clipper Stock with Adam Awesome.
Adam, wow, did Kawhi look? If we could have that guy, just wow.
Alan, I've been telling you, it's coming.
You have, wow. Just a weird sidelight. But in garbage time, or whatever you want to call that period, Jordan Miller. What is going on with that player? He's not taking shot. I don't know. And it's a weird thing to pick on a great night. And, they should have played Sweet Georgia Brown. We were playing the Generals tonight a little bit, or they looked like the Generals. We made them look that way. But it's kind of hard to watch Jordan right now.
Yeah, I hear you, Alan. Your phone was cutting in and out a little bit there. But Jordan Miller, I think he's going through one of those ruts that happen with young players. You have a bad game, it bleeds into another. You start to lose your confidence. Seeing it with Dalton Connect with the Lakers, too. Now, he's going to be 25 in January, so he's not that young. But he hasn't been getting, obviously, tonight. Those weren't significant minutes. Those weren't minutes of consequence. He went 0-2 in 14 minutes. It was still a plus 10, believe it or not, in a game where the Clippers won by 59 over the Brooklyn Nets. He just needs to find his swagger again, get his mojo back, have a moment or two, see a couple of shots fall. I think it was shocking to him when guys could actually stop him at the rim in the NBA because he looked so unstoppable with getting downhill and getting those little push shots and floaters and runners to go where nobody was able to, impede his progress in the G League and in preseason and in summer league, and even started off good with the Clippers this season, but then had a couple of bad games and things kind of spiraled from there. So I'm not overly concerned. Clippers win. Definitely not overly concerned about tonight's game. 126-67. Left no doubt. I asked in the third quarter, is Brooklyn going to get to 70 points? They didn't. My understanding, this is their largest defeat ever. Clippers' biggest margin of victory ever. 59 points. A 59 burger on the Nets. I'm Adam Oslin. Quick timeout. We'll come back. We'll get to your phone calls, 866-987-2570, and we'll hear from Coach Lou. You're listening to Clipper Stock here on AM 570 LA Sports. Hey, look, I'm all for Mo Bamba and Kai Jones minutes on the court together when they're up 50. Clippers led by as many as 64. They won by 59 over the Brooklyn Nets. Largest margin of victory for your Los Angeles Clippers in franchise history. It was 50 points back in 2022 against the Oklahoma City Thunder. I'm Adam Oslin. This is Clippers Talk here on AM 570 LA Sports and at Clippers Talk on the YouTube side. Appreciate you guys in the chat. Let's hear from Mike in LA. Mike, how we doing, my friend?
Hey, Adam, I'm doing great for tonight. It's a great win. Your previous caller, mentioned about Jordan Miller and, his, current struggles. I mean, to me, this is sort of a common, a common narrative, if you will, and where, someone comes up from the G League or, what used to be, the CBA or the D League or whatever, and, they do really well. And then the, scouting report gets out on them and they have to adjust. So I think, Jordan Miller's at that point where he needs to, figure out how to, still do his thing now that the quote unquote word is out on him.
Yeah.
And, I think he will.
Now, the Clippers won by 59. Some of you guys want to talk about Jordan Miller tonight, but I'm here to talk about Kawhi, James Harden, how much better he looks and how much more efficient he's been next to Kawhi. All the things I was telling people when they were kind of worried that, could Kawhi upset our rhythm when the Clippers were 5 games above 500? What if Kawhi hurts our rhythm? And I'm sitting here going, guys, they're almost a bottom 5 offense. In what world is Kawhi going to hurt them on the offensive end? And how is he going to hurt them defensively too? He's a 2-time Defensive Player of the Year winner. This is game 4, and we already got Kawhi looking this good, Mike.
I agree. I mean, his progress has been great. And it's great. He's looking great. He's moving well, certainly better than, I guess, when was it 2 years ago when he, came back and they had him, playing off the bench. He's looking great and it's incredibly encouraging. And he's given some, much needed respite to Harden. And it's all looking good. It's all looking good, man.
All systems go. Appreciate you, Mike. As always, Clippers win by 59 at home. New franchise record for largest victory ever. They do it against the Brooklyn Nets. I know Brooklyn's bad. Well, they've been bad against other teams too. And nobody beat them by 59. So give the Clippers some credit. It's not that easy. It's also game plan discipline. When you're on the front end of a back-to-back. In fact, your next 6 games all take place within a back-to-back. Thanks, NBA. So you got to handle business against lesser teams. Boy, did they. Business was good. They got a game tomorrow against Portland, tipping off at 7. They don't have a starter play more than 24 minutes. That would be Kawhi. He's not playing tomorrow. We found that out pregame. He's not going to be playing any back-to-backs. Like, I don't care if he played 10 minutes tonight. You're not playing him in a back-to-back. 10 minutes in an NBA game is taxing. We want him for a playoff series. We want to preserve him as much as possible. We want to bottle up what we saw from Kawhi tonight and hopefully get that when it matters most in a 7-game series. That's the recipe for success. That's the plan. That's how the Clippers can be a contender in the Western Conference with this version of Kawhi, with this Clippers team. Yeah, I think they got a shot against anybody in the West. Boston and Cleveland, though, I think are a cut above. I don't know. We'll see. Has this performance from Kawhi and the Clippers changed your mind about prognostications or long-term outlook from this team or where you believe their ceiling is? Alfredo Rodriguez saying ABC equals all business Clippers. Yeah, it is. Maddox is asking me, Adam, do you think we could beat OKC with a healthy Kawhi? I think they could. I don't know if they'd be able to, but I think they would have a chance. C's is saying on the chat at Clippers Talk, the good thing is that Kawhi looked good out there tonight. I mean, what was the bad thing tonight? You're saying the good thing, like there was some silver lining. At least Kawhi looked good. They won by 59. Outside of Terrence Mann getting banged up, which sucks. He just came back, gets hurt again. Yeah, that's tough. Because they're going to need everybody over the next couple of weeks. With so many games, we thought this was going to be a break in the schedule. Instead, 6 games and 9 nights. Instead, they got a 4 in 5 next week. Instead, they have 3 straight back-to-backs. They finish this one off tomorrow in Portland. 2 days off. Then it's the Lakers Sunday, Bulls Monday. Then Wednesday, Celtics. Thursday, Washington. 17 back-to-backs for this team. Does anybody else have 17 back-to-backs in the league this year? Somebody from the Pelicans said, no, we have 19. I said, proof? I know coming into this year, 11 teams had 16 back-to-backs, including the Clippers. That was the most. And now they're at 17. They got an additional one. Meanwhile, the Lakers got one less after this rescheduling. They took away one of their back-to-backs, and the Clippers get one more. I can't. Like, they built the arena. What's the excuse for this? I'm sorry. I just can't believe in Intuit Dome's first season, the Clippers have the most back-to-backs in the NBA. The excuse for this before was, well, they're third billing at crypto. Behind first the Kings, then the Lakers, then they get to pick. Well, nobody else is playing it into a dome but them. I don't understand it. All right, quick timeout. We'll come back. Looking for Coach Lou audio. Clippers have their biggest victory ever. 126-67. They beat down the Brooklyn Nets by 59 points. I'm Adam Oslin, and this is Clippers Talk here on AM 570 LA Sports. I mean, it's hard to be humble when you win by 59. Biggest victory ever by your Los Angeles Clippers. They hold the Brooklyn Nets to 67. They win 126-67 at Intuit Dome and improve to 22-17 on the season. And they will be in Portland tomorrow night, taking on the Blazers. Tip off at 7. Pregame show right back here at 6. Not the only historic thing that happened tonight. James Harden surpassed Dominique Wilkins for sole possession of 15th place on the NBA's all-time points list. Let's hear from the bearded wonder, James Harden postgame.
That you need heading into next week.
What's next week?
5 games.
Oh, no, no. Well, for us, it's one game at a time. So, tonight was Brooklyn, tomorrow's Portland, and we'll go from there.
When you started playing in this league, could you ever imagine you'd be this high in school in this?
No.
15 hours, guys, Dominique.
Not at all. Not even close. For me, it was a far-fetched dream to be an NBA player. So, you live in the moment, you hear it, you work, and you get good results.
So that's what was best part of that session.
I think everybody contributed and played well. And you need guys that have confidence going into each game because that's very important.
James, I know that you're fully aware of what Kawhi is capable of, but with how long he's been out, what was it like to see him have a night like tonight, and particularly the third quarter where he got going?
He needs to do that all the time. You know what I mean? Which is difficult because he's just not getting back, so you want to build the confidence up, make sure his legs and everything is going to be under him. But the only way to do it and build the confidence up is going out there and doing it at a high level. So tonight was great signs for obviously him and the rest of our team, and just continue to keep doing it.
Your odds seem to get big when you got somebody, an athlete running with you and on the wing. What was just your favorite part of getting those lobs to DJ?
Getting some excitement from the crowd and highlights. I mean, I can't do it, so I guess I'd be the passer. But you got some guys like DJ who's just athletic ability is out of this world. You got to give him a chance to put on the show. So that's what I did.
Logistically, you guys get on a long flight now. You play again tomorrow. You get on another flight. All the games that are coming up. When the starters are able to all play 24 minutes and fewer, we've talked about the fountain of youth that you're drinking from, but what kind of a difference can it make?
All the difference. Yeah. All the difference. So tomorrow's is another opportunity for us, and as a group, man, we can't. This league is too good. So, and everybody's fighting for their life, literally. So we don't have the luxury of looking forward. Weeks past. We got to take it literally game by game, and slowly getting guys healthy, and then figuring out what we have as a whole. And then kind of like, seeing how far we can take it. So there's a lot of moving variables that comes with that. But, I think just, our health is the most important thing, and we're healthy. So lineups and all that good stuff and the way we want to play, we'll figure that out. But health is the most important thing, and I'm happy we're close to it.
Just for those of us that don't understand what it feels like, though, when you sit down in the third quarter and there's a chance that you can be done for the night and start preparing your body for tomorrow, what is that mental realization like?
I mean, that's like the ultimate dream situation for athletes in the sense of, or starters who play heavy minutes, and you want to play well, and then you want to give other guys who don't get the minutes that they feel like they deserve an opportunity to play as well too. So happy to see guys like Bones and Kai get out there and play good minutes. So for us, it's another opportunity tomorrow to get better. So I'm excited for it.
James, I know you obviously take these game one at a time, focus on the season, but you've had a big individual season yourself. I think you've had 17, 18, 15 today. Got behind, number 2 all-time three-point made. How are you processing these records that you're kind of making? Even though you're in the middle of the season?
I'm not.
What does your process kind of look like when you look at yourself in the all-time rankings?
We'll figure that out when it's all done. But right now, it's just I gotta keep going. I gotta keep get closer and breaking more records. It's all said and done, which I have a lot of time after. I can sit back and realize what I actually accomplished in my life. But for now, I'm in the moment. I might as well just keep going.
I like that. James Harden living in the moment, focused on the present. And he finished with an efficient 21 points on just 10 shots, got fouled on a 3, made a 4-point play, had 11 assists to 1 turnover. I'm telling you guys, I've been saying, everybody concerned about the turnovers. I said, guys, when Kawhi comes back, the turnovers will go down. James Harden's usage rating will drop by at least 5%. It's happening. Last couple of games, the Clippers been much better with the turnovers. I know there was some of the fourth quarter tonight, so it kind of skewed the numbers a little bit. But Kawhi is going to have the ball in his hands a ton, and that's what you saw tonight. I've been preaching this for some time. Clippers win by 59. We'll take a quick time out. We'll come back. We got an update on Terrence Mann and Kawhi Leonard from Coach Lou. I'm Adam Osland. Clippers win 126-67 over the Brooklyn Nets, their biggest margin of victory ever. They do it at Intuit Dome, where it feels like they can't lose now. They lost their first 4 games there. Since then, what are they? 14-2? Impressive. 22-17 on the season. We'll have a Western Conference standings update from Daniel West before we get out of here as well. I'm Adam Osland. You're listening to AM 570 LA Sports. Who cares? It's Brooklyn. I'm sorry. Are the Clippers the only team to have played the Brooklyn Nets so far this season? Oh, they're not? Well, did any other team beat the Nets by 59 and led by as many as 64? As the Clippers have their largest margin of victory, 126-67 over the Brooklyn Nets. They do it at Intuit Dome. History was made tonight. It was 50. They brought it up to 59. They won by 59 over the Brooklyn Nets. I'm Adam Osland. Welcome back in. This is Clippers Talk. Clippers tomorrow. You can't spoil this, as Mike Dang says in the chat here on the YouTube side, by laying an egg tomorrow in Portland. You lose tomorrow in Portland. Tonight, I'm not going to say it doesn't matter. I'm going to say they got exactly what they needed to have fresh legs to win tomorrow night in Portland. So you got to do it. You have to, because they got a 4-5 coming up after that. 4 games in 5 nights. Lakers Sunday, Bulls Monday, day off on Tuesday, then Wednesday, the Boston Celtics, then Thursday, the Washington Wizards. After I saw the schedule realignment or rescheduling going on earlier today with the Clippers getting another back-to-back, as if they didn't have enough, I said, okay, have to. It's imperative to win the next 2. Very winnable games. Part 1 of a 2-part mission accomplished. But They got to win tomorrow in Portland too. And then just split the 4 games, and you're fine. You're 6 games over 500 coming out of that 4-5. That's all you need. Then they'll be in really good shape. So Coach Lou said this, speaking of being in shape, and what is the state of some guys coming out of this game? Terrence Mann is flying with them to Portland. That's a good sign. Had a calf contusion, left the game in the second quarter after he was looking pretty good. He just can't catch a break, or I don't know if that's great wording, considering we're talking about injuries. Poor Terrence Mann right now. He gets back in the rotation. KPJ gets the DNP CD, looks good, and then gets hurt. Mann finished 2 of 3, knocked down a 3-pointer, caught Noop from Amir Coffey after he had a steal. Everybody played so well. Amir had 13 points. Bones came in 13 minutes and had 9. Everything was working. All 5 starters in double figures. And Kawhi would not have played in the fourth quarter, Coach Lou said. So I think 25 is his new minutes restriction. Does it get bumped to 30 against the Lakers? See, Kawhi's about to have 3 days off before the Laker game. He's not playing tomorrow. We knew that pregame. Do they ramp up the minutes some more after he looked this good? Or does he stay at 25? We'll see. All I know is I've now seen the Clippers' largest victory ever, winning by 59 points over the Brooklyn Nets, 126-67. So, what does it all mean? What's the landscape of the Western Conference? For that, we must go to Daniel West, producer Daniel West, on how the West is won, will be won.
Yes.
We haven't worked that part out.
It's all right.
Phrasing.
We got time.
All right, we got a few minutes left here. Update us on the standings here, Daniel, and what games of consequence affected them, I guess.
All right, we'll start at the top here. The Oklahoma City Thunder still number 1, 33-6. I know, 33-6 record. Number 2, the Houston Rockets, 27-12. They won tonight. The Grizzlies sit at number 3, 26-15 record. They won tonight as well. Denver Nuggets sitting at 4, 24-16.
Oh, they lost.
They took an L against the Rockets.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a little friendly fire for the Clippers.
That's right.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Exactly. Very good news, because as we speak right now, sitting at number 5 with a record of 22-17, your Los Angeles Clippers.
Oh, wow.
With the win tonight, the franchise record win tonight. 6, the Lakers are in there. Then 7 with a 22-19 record, the Dallas Mavericks, who lost tonight to the Pelicans. Yeah.
So that dropped them. Were they 4th?
Yeah, I'm looking.
Or 5th?
I'm looking as of yesterday. It looks like they were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They were 6 yesterday.
They were
At the end of
6.
yesterday.
So they got leapfrogged by both LA teams.
They fall there. Wolves are at number 8 with a 21-19 record. They played a classic against the Warriors tonight. I'll have to check the highlights on that one. I haven't seen it
Wait,
yet.
what was the final score?
The final score on that one, that was 116-115.
Who?
The Warriors won. They came all the way back to almost win it.
Wow.
The Wolves.
Oh, Steph Curry 3 late,
Yeah.
it looks like.
Apparently he turned around and looked at someone in the audience after as it was going down.
Oh,
as Steph Curry does.
That's classic Steph. Did he say goodnight to him too? That's big help for the Clippers, actually.
Big deal. So the Kings are the 9 seed right now, 20-20, and then the Warriors with that win are the last team in the play-in discussion, 20-20 record as well.
Clippers currently in the 5th spot.
Very good.
A game and a half behind the Denver Nuggets in the 4th spot. I like it, Daniel.
Yeah.
Thank you for the update.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Daniel West, producer Daniel. All right. Clippers in a good position. They got to win tomorrow night. They're taking on Portland. Remember, maybe their worst loss of the season happened to the Blazers at Intuit Dome. This time they're going up north, where Portland just lost to the Brooklyn Nets. Now, you might think transitive property. Well, the Clippers just beat the Brooklyn Nets by 59, and yet Portland lost to them by, 18? So that means the Clippers are supposed to beat Portland by 80. That is not how anything works. Then that was some fuzzy math too. I was close, but yeah, that's not how it works. Okay? You're not playing the record. You're playing the team. I know they're 13-26. If anything, the fact that they just lost to Brooklyn means they're going to be hungrier. That's a dangerous ball game for the Clippers, but they handled their business the right way tonight and put themselves in a prime position to win that game tomorrow by winning and putting this one to bed early. They win by 59 over the Brooklyn Nets. Final score, Clippers 126, Nets 67. It's the Clippers' largest victory in franchise history. Where were you when the Clippers won by 59? History was made. Before we get out of here, I do want to thank the Clippers organization, Ralph Lawler, Brian Seaman, Noah Eagle, Ian Eagle, who I missed today. I know he said hi. I'm cool like that. I know Ian Eagle, but I wasn't able to go to the game at Intuit Dome. Carlo Jimenez on the call. Big brother Jake Warner. Lead statistician Chris Taylor. Daniel West here in the bank. I'm Adam Oslin. We will talk to you tomorrow at 6 p.m. Clippers in Portland taking on the Blazers.